Good morning, everyone. Dr. Vicky here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center. Today is Sunday, the 9th of June, and the moon is in Cancer. It's in Cancer until 3:30 today on the East Coast in the afternoon, when it moves into Leo. Just have you focused on my favorite peony. Okay. We have a lovely day here this morning. Beautiful, clear, and coolish. My favorite kind of morning. With my favorite guy, Charlie. So a couple things today. Early this morning, and for some folks it happened late last night. Mars, the planet of action. Mars, the ruler of the North Node, the direction of our destiny, has shifted from Aries into Taurus. This probably will feel good. You'll feel a little bit less angry, perhaps, and a little bit more feeling like, it's sort of, I would imagine it's something like a stagecoach driver who's just on the, has been on the verge of losing control of the horses for like miles now, and suddenly they finally feel like they have a hold of the reins tight enough where, while the power and the direction and the will is still there, they can slow things down a bit. So I think that's one thing that we'll see. Actions perhaps will slow down in that they're becoming more practically oriented, and those kind of things take a little bit more time to work out. We also have the sun make a sextile to the North Node today. That helps to illuminate the direction forward. It is not all great news today, although every day is great news, guys. Let me tell you, every day is an opportunity. Some days it's just a little harder to see that opportunity. We see opportunity today, but we also see the need to take an action, in that the sun and Saturn are making their first quarter square. I talked a little bit about this yesterday when I talked about Venus making her first quarter square to Saturn. Venus is our relationships. Venus is a much more sort of chill energy. Venus likes things to come to her. She doesn't really like to go get things. She usually gets Mars to do that for her. She gives them those eyes, bats her eyelashes, and Mars comes running to serve Venus. But that might not be happening today. That's just the way it works. Anyway, today it's the sun. And so the sun is square Saturn. Saturn tends to be somewhat of a depressive energy, and not like, well, it can be emotionally depressive, but that's not really what I mean. It sort of takes the shine off of things. And but you know how you can't like just look at the sun all the time because you'll go blind? This actually makes perhaps the sun a little bit more manageable. It is challenging to leaders. Leaders will have challenges they have to overcome. But it's these kinds of things that help us to grow and create structures that will sustain far past the time that we actually build those structures. So we are in the Tower of Roses here, and hydrangeas. All the roses are starting to pop out here. We have some roses here. Those are sweet. And let me tell you, the whole yard smells like roses and honeysuckle. This right here in front of me is actually black raspberries. They have sort of taken over this bed. We will harvest them and then see what we can do about giving the other plants more room, but we do have to harvest. And we have more roses over here. So Mars moves into Taurus. I like that. The sun's square Saturn, challenging yet character building. And the sun on the North Node. So that's pretty much the picture. So we have a direction, we have a pace, and we have a list of things that we must do today. So that's the energy. But this coming week is going to be a little bit wilder. I don't know if it's wilder, but it's going to be wild in a different way. One of the things I've sort of been perusing the airwaves, as it were, and it does seem that there's a lot of people saying a lot of things, and with all this Gemini energy, I think we have to be very discerning about what we let into our mind. So I would say, if you want to be informed, go to the sources that help you. But there's a lot of opinions out there. Go to the people that you respect. That's what I would say, and that you trust. And if you don't trust anybody, trust yourself. And if you look around and you say, I'm not sure what any of this is, step back from it. There'll be plenty of time to figure out what all this information means. All right, so let's just keep walking around and see what else is going on. Oh yes, we do. We also have the flame honeysuckle that's blooming. I'll bring you over. These, of course, are the hydrangeas, the climbing hydrangea. Roses. Oh, here's some sweet roses here. These are some knockouts down here. And then we also have one of my favorite roses. Oops, as I walk into rose things on the ground, they're not good with sandals. I love these little coral roses. And they just smell fantastic, really. Oh, awesome. And the flame honeysuckle. Let's take a look over here. I tell you, the pollen has been just cray-cray. I mean, everything's covered in pollen. I sweep and dust every day, and all I get is pollen. Lots and lots of pollen. There you go, flame honeysuckle. Isn't it lovely? Let's see if I can get a little closer. Oh, it doesn't smell as much as the other honeysuckle, but it is lovely. It is a beautiful honeysuckle, and not as invasive, because honeysuckle can really take over, as it has in many of our beds. But that's the story, morning glories. That's, if you can see back there on the tree, that's all roses. Roses, roses, roses. Hey, Charlie. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that little walkabout, looking at the roses and the kitty and the peonies. He's licking his belly. All right. Have yourself a great day, everyone. Take care. Watch your diet of information, and things are changing and things are shifting. A lot of things are coming down, and a lot of people we've been waiting for to face the music are here in the band. Take care, everyone. Namaste.